everyone. My name is Courtney. My intention of recording this video as well as future videos is to share my journey in hopes of helping others. So I will give a little background about me before I start with my health journey so far. So again, my name is Courtney. I have two sisters and one brother. I'm the second oldest, actually. And my parents are the best parents in the world. Not throwing shade to my siblings, of course. They're amazing too. Um, and some things that I love Supernatural, like a diehard fan. I love the X-Files, Bruno Mars, Kaylani, and I am definitely still a Jonas Brothers fan. So that gives a little background about me, just a little summary, quick summary. So before I start, I just wanted to show you all my shirt. It says, "In this family, we don't fight alone." And it has a yellow ribbon for endometriosis awareness and a purple ribbon for Sjogren's awareness. So back in February, my family decided to surprise me with a little drive-through with our closest friends and family. And they basically drove through, gave me a lot of encouragement, gifts, and whatnot, and it was really great and overwhelming in a good way. So yeah, that is the little bit before getting into the health. So basically, my diagnoses are endometriosis, IBS, fibromyalgia, depression and anxiety, Sjogren's syndrome. I have arthritis in my spine, as well as two cysts on my spine, bicuspid valve regurgitate, and a heart murmur. So when I was born, I would say I didn't have major health issues. However, when I was a toddler, I started going deaf. But thankfully, miraculously, my hearing is totally okay now without assistance. But when I was about 13, I first started showing signs of endometriosis, and that thing has gone downhill since then. That's been a really rough journey. When I was 14, my uncle passed away, which started the severe depression and anxiety. I think basically what happened was with him dying, especially since we were so close and he was like my second dad and was basically like one of my first best friends. I think my body couldn't handle the grief, and so it kind of just started to break down a bit. So I still deal with depression and anxiety to this day, and that alone isn't easy to deal with. When I was about 14 or 15, so when I was a freshman in high school, that was when I first started showing signs of an autoimmune disorder. So what happened then was my hands started to turn blue out of nowhere, and they would hurt really bad, get really cold. And even though we knew it was what's called Raynaud's phenomenon, we didn't know exactly what was causing it at the time. And when I was about 17, I started showing signs of fibromyalgia, but it was chalked up to growing pains, which wasn't the case at all. So I wasn't diagnosed officially with endometriosis until I was 22. I wasn't fully diagnosed with Sjogren's until I was 22 as well. And as far as the heart issue, I was diagnosed with that, I would say when I was about 20 or 21. So that is my little health background. I will tell you guys what it's like for me on a daily basis, basically dealing with all of that. Before I get to that, I can't believe I forgot a major diagnosis that I have, which is called POTS. So with POTS, I deal with a lot of dizziness, and that gets really, really scary really fast. So basically what helps that more than anything is drinking Pedialyte out of all things. Because apparently I don't get enough salt in my diet. So I wanted to show you all before I read my medication list, As you can see, I have swelling here. Normally, if that was there, I wouldn't want to make this video, but I think showing that also shows basically something else that I deal with. So when this happens, it is usually due to my autoimmune disorder, and my immune system is going crazy for no reason. But it gets very painful. It also makes my TMJ worse, which causes jaw pain. So it gets very painful for me to eat. And it gets pretty rough. So on those days, I end up having to eat like really soft foods. But thankfully today the pain isn't too bad. So what I want to share with you all is my medication list. As you can see, it is a long list. Of course, since the camera reverses it, you can't read the names. So I will read them to you all. This is going to be 20 medications. And some of these I actually have to take twice a day. So I will read them off to you now. So I have to take Tylenol 3, zonisamide, escitalopram, azathioprine, magnesium, hyoscyamine, pro-EPA, cyproheptadine, lactulose, metoclopramide, hydroxychloroquine, hydrochlorothiazide, probiotics, iron, rabiprazole, diltiazem, Restasis, Refresh, which is artificial tears for my dry eyes, and metformin, and lastly, vitamin C. So the vitamin C just serves to go with the iron. So yeah, pretty lengthy list. So a normal day for me, I'm normally on a scale from 1 to 10, my pain is usually a 6 or a 7. When the pain really gets bad, say for instance, I'll separate the illnesses. So when it gets with endometriosis, I'm basically in bed all day. I can walk, but I just don't want to move because the pain is so bad. And with Sjogren's or a fibromyalgia flare, I can't walk because the pain is so bad. Basically with Sjogren's, I'll get swelling in my legs and my arms, and severe pain in my muscles, my joints, and my nerves. And it gets really, really bad. That can last several days on end, honestly. And yeah, it gets pretty bad. But thankfully, I have a really supportive family that helps emotionally and physically when I can't do a lot for myself. So basically, like I said, I won't go into great depth in this video about my illnesses, because in future videos, I will dedicate a video each to all my illnesses and what helps me with it, the symptoms, facts, statistics, and more. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Bye-bye.